Alright, so round two, I decided to try this attack again because, like I mentioned yesterday, I'm still trying to feel out what can a 4 diamond Daemon do. And I've seen a lot of people one-shot Daring Warriors Blue Marble with this, um, but honestly, I think unless you have a 5 diamond Daemon or what I have plus a larger yo-yo, there's still too much RNG that plays into this to make it a safe attack. And I generally like to take safe attacks because um, I have a pretty stacked defense and I can't afford to pivot a lot of the times. Like, the attacks I choose have to work or the rest of my plan falls apart. So anyway, I assumed this would work today, honestly, because yesterday it barely didn't. The problem is, though, and this is where I think the biggest RNG is, this Eclipse did not get touched by Yo-Yo, which is a big problem because she's the one that I kind of absolutely have to kill. So maybe I should be using Yo-Yo primary on Eclipse to make sure I get damage on her, and then hope the Blue Marble gets tagged. Maybe I can still get the reset even if he doesn't get tagged. But as you can see here, I get the reset. This guy barely doesn't die. This Eclipse is really low. I've already lost the fight though. Like, Eclipse just cannot survive. She also does not get the offense down from Yo-Yo because she's silenced here. So, and also, let's be real, Iron Patriot and Guardian are just standing passes at this point. They're not expected to do damage. But anyway, Eclipse does her special. That heals them both up, gives them a bunch of fun shit. Speedball is also going. Oh yeah, so normally when Strange has offense up and he gets a kill, or not he, but and there is a kill, on enemy death if this character has offense up, gains speed up. Uh, Unfortunately, because of the order of operations, even though there were kills and double taps and all that stuff, Thrasher still prevents the speed up on Heartless. So he is just slow. He's like 122, 120. So Speedball is 121. Now if the speed up was on here, this would have been different, but Speedball goes, he specials on literally the only other new stat character I have, which also gives them speed up. And I'm actually surprised that this happened. I did not expect Eclipse to lap Daemon here. I thought my Daemon would get to go. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. So Eclipse caught up, unfortunately, with the speed up and gets to go again. Use the ultimate. It heals them all up again, does a bunch of damage. But I think even if my Daemon had gotten ahead of her, he would have just been blinded because of the passive. So anyway, all this to say, if you don't get the double tap and kill Eclipse plus a few more friends, this attack is just over. And I was very sad to see this happen. So next time, maybe I'll try the version with Striker Daemon and Darkstar. Especially next week where I think Darkstar Diamonds are going to be in the Fractal Store. But in the meantime, I kind of don't like this attack. I'll try one more time with Striker Daemon, but I might pivot over to Daemon comps versus New Mutants, and then doing something that can sustain better, or can survive a Blue Marvel attack, but then bounce back and kill this. The good news is cleanup is pretty trivial because so many members have died that it doesn't really matter. Now, here's an interesting quirk if you didn't know this. You can see my efficiency here is crazy good because only the attack that ends the match, or whatever you want to call it, actually counts. So even though you know, a bunch of things died here, I took some turns, whatever, that's not what matters. What matters is how efficient was the final attack. So here, this was kind of leftovers because I did this attack at the end. But I still wanted to make it as efficient as possible because I knew I had dropped one attack and I needed to make efficiency up. So Vulture special is just to flip everything, which is why Ares is here, by the way. I did not want Safeguard defense up on them. They can't get defense down, I guess. I don't know whose passive that is, but apparently it's not contingent on having multiple members of Daring Warriors. But still, speed down at this point is good, and no defense up is also good because I'm just trying to kill them as fast as possible. Superior Spider-Man special kind of just kills both with the assist from Null, because Null is going to get an assist no matter what because it's all villains, so he gets maximum assist chance, and the Hobgoblin ping. So yeah, 2 turns, but also he dropped attack before that. So this is the same fight I did yesterday against the exact same team, and I'm not actually sure why. This is a smaller team, but my efficiency is way worse. This might actually be the worst efficiency I've gotten on this attack, because I've done this a few times already. For whatever reason, this one just did not do well. Songbird ultimate plus Shadow King ping, Storm is dead, as expected. This time I do win the coin flip with Jeff, so I get to go before Magneto. Maybe that's why, because he's got the offense down. Yesterday, Jeff died, so when he went, he did not have offense down. So maybe that was it, and there was just more damage on the field from Jeff's special. But anyway, Magneto then does his ultimate into Living Mummy. The ping kills Jeff now, so he comes back. Again, I'm going to make this comment every time. Your Shadow King and Phoenix, if they're adjacent, that's just a free ability block. So we do the special onto Omega Red because that's the best target to kill as fast as possible. And the Omega Red honestly is just here because he's beefy stats and hits like a truck. So he will always get the assist from the Professor X special and just destroy whoever he attacks. Now Shadow King Basic does nothing because he's blinded ability blocked. Again, you target Phoenix here because you want her to take the least amount of damage, but you want everyone else to take damage. I did get a little paranoid here because she's in the yellow and everyone else is in the green, so I'm just like, ooh, do I really need to finesse this fight? And the reason why, because Professor X is gone at this point, if you kill Phoenix and she comes back in specials, turn meter is on the table, so that Omega Red will go fast. Now I've got a bunch of revives, so it's probably fine even if I screw that up here, but that's going to cost you efficiency regardless. So I slow play this a little more than usual. So I do the basic here instead of the special. And I mean, I usually do Omega Red basic anyway, but I'm just killing the Shadow King here. Phoenix basic does nothing because she's blinded. Professor X into Songbird. And for whatever reason, usually, you know what? I think I know what I did wrong here. I should have just killed Magneto with Omega Red Basic. I think that's usually what I do, and for some reason I was afraid of Shadow King circling back to his ultimate, but I guess, yeah, this is where I lost all my efficiency, potentially, because... no, absolutely where I lost it all, because his special is unavoidable. Actually, is he... What is he? Can I see that here? Actually, you know what? I'm going to check this on the side. I want to know if he's a controller. He's not, right? Magneto Fingers? No, he's a blaster. Okay. So yeah. I was thinking of Professor X special ability blocking him. But anyway, note to self. Kill Magneto before Shadow King, because if he specials, he will destroy your efficiency. So at this point, I was never at risk of losing this fight. But yes, for whatever reason, I played this slightly differently, and it cost me a lot of efficiency. So never again. Alright, so room 3. I wanted to save my sentry for room 6 today, to try something different, because sentry makes this room safe, because it kind of takes away the room rule. But also this room 3 is not good. Well, I say not good. It can definitely soak up efficiency, because the whole point of room 3 is, you know, if you beat into them but you don't kill them and you let them take turns, they will have a lot of vulnerables and they will just eat you alive afterwards. So the concept here was, if I don't bring sentry, I need to make sure they never take a turn, and Immortal X-Men are pretty good at that, but you do have to finesse this fight. and you'll see why. There was probably one moment where I could have lost some efficiency potentially. I don't think I was ever at risk of losing it, but anyway, this is basically just Winterguard beef plus Phantom Rider because he has a revive once. I don't know if on his turn his passive would do a ton of damage or not, because for Thanos apparently it just doesn't work. But in this case, if Phantom Rider had taken a turn, he would have removed the charges from Storm, which would be a huge problem. If that had happened, I'd probably lose because I would not have killed anyone. And Thanos, just in general, is good. I thought he would be better in this room. I swear in previous seasons he would hit like a truck here. For whatever reason, it just doesn't seem to affect his passive anymore, or I hallucinated. But anyway, this is very much a finesse fight, because there's a lot of things you need to keep in mind. So I do Storm Special on Phantom Rider because he has crazy dodge chance, and if you don't stun him, things could go off the rails. But also, based on positioning here, I want to stun these three. I want Darkstar to never take a turn, because she will destroy me. I never want Phantom Rider taking a turn or dodging, and might as well stun this guy, and then kill these two safely. So we stun Phantom Rider, get the assist, cool. Now the important thing is here, you don't want to kill Phantom Rider, because if you kill him in the wrong time, he will then just take a turn. So you have to keep him alive, because otherwise he'll drop his debuffs and things will go off the rails. Which is also why I specifically do not target him anymore. I do target Thanos though, because he is G21, so I want to make sure I bring him down to the appropriate threshold, health threshold. However, I regret that too. In the future I will not do that, because he takes enough damage without that, and I got very close to pushing him. Now, I am spreading off of Phantom Rider to stun these two. I was definitely worried that the ultimate would have killed him here, especially because I have an assist going, but I took the risk because I kind of have to stun these two in my mind. So, Rachel ultimate, spread the stun. Now, these three are never taking a turn, but you can see how close is this guy to dying. Sometimes your characters being big is a problem. Yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3. I wish there were periods here. He's got 2.3 million health, so I have to not touch him at all, because I'm just still worried that he might take a turn. So I'm ignoring this clump right now, and I'm focused over here. Now, I was very worried because none of Polaris attacks are single target. Everything hits multiple targets, even the basic chains to adjacent. So I do basic here. Let's see, how much health does he have now? I was 57%. Okay, even if I had pushed him here, I'm pretty sure I'm fine, but I did not want to lose the speed up and risk someone else going ahead of me. I don't think anyone would have, but you know, let's not find out. Here I am basicing with Cable on purpose, because again, I'm trying not to push Thanos, so I don't need to rewind anyone. I do a basic over here to chip him away. I do a basic over here to bring her down. I probably didn't need to because he's stunned for 3 turns, so who gives a shit? So I probably could have hit into Red Guardian again. But I get around to the Storm ultimate, and that just kills everyone. So if you do this, just be prepared to finesse it based on your opponent's health and the size of your team and what assists you got and what ISOs you got. So it's a stressful fight if you do this. But Immortal X-Men are still very good at controlling teams. And I could see this one going south if you misplay it. Okay, so room 4. If you've seen my other videos, you already know what this attack looks like. However, today this solidified why I like the Shadow King version more than Songbird, because in the past I would use Songbird with everyone else. Shadow King MVP, and you'll see why, because he helps with some RNG that you can get here, which has only ever happened to me once before, but when it happens, it's devastating. So, did not win the coin flip, whatever, that's fine. It might even be better in some cases because you don't want to push them too fast. You always do the special to get the assist for Odin, and then you do the Odin special to give everyone juicy buffs and get the battlefield effect out. Now this is the RNG. You always do the Blastar basic here to get past the deflects. Sorry, you get past the taunt. But because of the deflects, there's a chance that that won't happen. And that's exactly what happens now. And this is really bad because you are desperate to get an ability block on Warlock, which is not happening right now. So Thunderstrike will do his thing. He'll apply trauma to everyone, reduce buffs, whatever. But the ability block is now on Cannonball, which is a problem. And also, I think if Cannonball had been pushed below 50% here, that also would have been catastrophic. Let's look at this together. He's 54%, yeah, and I think, is it on him? One of the New Mutants. Yeah, so I guess it would have been catastrophic because I already reduced the immunity, but he would have given them Safeguard, Deflect. You still don't want these two deflects on anyone because it sucks, but here's where Shadow King is clutch. You get one more chance to ability block Warlock before his turn, because if he uses his ultimate, he removes the battlefield effect from Odin, and that's kind of what gets you past this fight. Maybe it's still okay, but it's going to be way less efficient. Actually, I think Warlock, he also flips charges and stuff. Anyway, don't let Warlock take a turn. That's it. So, actually, let's see. Maybe Shadow King is even better than I thought. Can you block this? Okay, yeah, so you definitely don't want to push Cannonball if you can help it, because you could get the ability block deflected here as well if you did the push. So that's why sometimes it can be good to... sometimes. In this case, I think it's good that I lost the Cannonball coin flip with Quasar, because I would have pushed Cannonball sooner. Which means I could have had problems here. But then in hindsight, the assist from Odin would have cleared buffs as well, so it's hard to know exactly how it would have played out. Shadow King just gives you a little bit of extra security, let's just put it that way. Now, since you could not ability block Wolfsbane, she will unfortunately remove all of your nice buffs and apply bleeds and everything, which doesn't happen when things play out as you expect, which is to ability block Warlock and Wolfsbane, but it's fine. It's better than losing. And at this point, I'm just going to power through it. It is just Odin, swipey swipe, and yeah. As long as you can protect Odin in the battlefield effect, I don't think this fight can ever lose anymore. When Odin was 2 diamonds in the past, it could if he got really unlucky with RNG, but I don't think it's possible at this point. So anyway, if you watched it yesterday, the rest of this plays out basically the same. I generally get some good RNG here with how many things went into Odin, because he can just recover the health and he doesn't care. My Shadow King almost died here, which would have sucked from an efficiency perspective, but it is what it is. We're just prepping our Blastar here. He gets to do a 4 bomb burst. They all barely survived, unfortunately, which means they get their health triggers. Just stupid magic. Anyway, Thunderstrike ends those two, and then the good news is that if Shadow King does survive, he can get some efficiency back with his ultimate, because it does a heal, and if his passive had also gone off, that would also have given him a little bit more health back, but the fight is over. Now this is going to be a case study in bad RNG, but also probably never bringing Havoc in as anything other than a skirmisher if we're going to do it this way. So this may be the worst Starjammers attack I've done in a long time. Like, I've done more efficient Nova variants of this, which is crazy to me. But I got hit with some RNG here again. Basically same thing that happened yesterday, so you think I would have learned. But I attributed yesterday's resist check to just giant enemy teams. Today, I got screwed over here because this offense down, and if you didn't know, offense down reduces focus by 50%, so you're less likely to land things with offense down. Usually it doesn't matter, but defense up actually increases resistance. So the combination of you got 50% less focus, they've got 50% resistance. I should have made this guy a skirmisher, because I was debating Havoc or Blade. I usually like Blade because the blinds are cool, he does a lot of damage. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I've got Havoc left over. I'll just use him instead of Blade, just to keep things more controlled. Never again. Or at least make Havoc a skirmisher, because again, I just did not get a stun I needed, and that just cost me a lot of efficiency because, you know, Havoc is now going to take a turn. He's going to also retaliate a bunch. So, like, it's just terrible. So, another mistake, I had misunderstood how Groot's passive worked. I thought Groot only gives buffs to Starjammers if he revives. Apparently, though, and I learned this today, it's just only on death, which for whatever reason it had never clicked with me that it's that way. So on death, none of this matters because Mephisto's here, but then all of this stuff happens, and I get caught off guard when this happens, unfortunately. So in my mind, I'm just killing Groot fast so I don't need to control him. I just needed to kill someone else, honestly. Anyone else would have been fine. So this here was a mistake, basically, because I wanted to control him, but I should have left him alone. Now, Emma Frost does land her ability block on Howard, which is good because you don't want him doing his thing. You can see Havoc is being really annoying with his pings. Then I ability block Lilandra today because you know, yesterday that was a big mistake. But for whatever reason, I'm just screwing up Starjammer attacks these days. Then Howard does his basic, which gives them all offense up, which kind of sucks. Actually sucks a lot. And I got really unlucky here because both of these attacks went into Captain Britain. He was meant to stun someone, and he's never going to get that chance because the basic went into him, chunked him, gave offense up to the rest of the team. Rocket does his special in here, and even though I had 3 death proofs here, he's gone. So now I don't get to stun anyone. Which sucks because he would have stunned someone here, and also Groot now has taunt. But anyway, luckily Lilandra is still controlled, but you know, Groot dies as he was meant to, but now they've been peppered with buffs, and this is the part that I was like, oh shit, that's Groot passive does not work the way I thought it did. So I'm in trouble, as you've probably guessed at this point. Yeah, see, now Havoc is gonna go. This wouldn't have happened if my Havoc had landed a stun because it's a 2-turn stun. So his entire existence basically caused me problems, and that one resist check made this fight way worse than it ever would have been. Plus me killing Groot first, which I should not have done. Because yeah, now Howard gets to go. He's ability blocking. Now Rocket does his ultimate. Mephisto BFE here is doing a lot of work with all the death proofs and the barrier. The barrier is actually a problem though because any character with barrier gets an offense down from the Lilandra, and because Havoc is alive, I think you also have 25% less resist. You take more damage when you have barrier or something. Basically, Starjammers hate people with barrier. But yeah, Havoc is just getting beat up at this point. I do the Emma Frost ultimate on Havoc because he's just ruining my life. He needs to get out, so he dies, luckily. But now Gladiator does his ultimate, which rewinds my Mephisto, who's got a slow, which sucks. Actually, no, he can't rewind because the BFE is up, but so I guess that's fine. I have no choice but to ultimate on the summon here just to get him out, which is fine. Unfortunately, Howard does his special here, which will do a bunch of damage and remove buffs. And I'm just getting chipped away at basically here. Like I at this point, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm gonna drop a fight to vanilla Starjammers because I played it stupidly. Especially because Lilandra gets to do this. Now, the death proofs are absolutely the reason why I'm still alive here. Like I barely didn't drop this fight. So I got very lucky despite misplaying it. Somehow Havoc survives this whole thing, but I'm also mad at Havoc, so I kind of wish he had died. So yeah, I think if I do this one again, probably Blade instead of Havoc, because the blinds are still valuable, it's a lot of damage, and the faster you can kill a Starjammer, the faster that team falls apart. Or if I do bring Havoc, just make him a skirmisher. If you bring someone whose sole purpose is to control another enemy character, and they don't have baked in focus on that attack, just make them a skirmisher. because as you can see, it can cause your entire fight to kind of go off the rails. Alright, and the final attack of this round, if you watched yesterday's video, you will know why I'm not fucking around with this team today. So I brought both Sentry and Old Man Logan. Most of the time, I think this might be the first time I can afford to bring Sentry into this room. I was not taxed very much with this defense. I mean, I talked about it in room 3 where Sentry would have made that very safe, but I opted with a slightly riskier attack just to make this one safer. Sentry is here to reduce the 100% stats from them, and he's just generally good. Also takes care of the Hyperion problem, where if you touch him, it'll give speed bar to everyone. APOC to remove the safeguard. Songbird to flip that safeguard and also give Old Man Logan a very fast turn. Shaw was here to just soak up damage. I also made him Fortifier because he's going to have 100% extra stats, and all these people hitting into him will not. So they're just going to tickle. Same thing with Songbird. Like, her ultimate, I'll just start loading. Her ultimate can be counterattacked, but you'll see how impactful those 100% stats are because she's going to get counterattacked by everyone, and it's inconsequential. The offense down will also help. But so as you can see, no safeguard because of APOC. We do Songbird. Also no charges. That's why Old Man Logan is here on Nova, so you can actually flip his stuff and you can get your safeguards. So you see, she's getting, counterattacked, barely moved basically, because of the stat differential. Now I stun Lady Bullseye here because she's the fastest character and I don't want her hitting me. Which, with that logic, I probably should have made this guy like a raider or a striker just for more damage, but whatever. Then Sentry special into Swordmaster because he's not the next fastest, but he's the one I just don't want taking a turn. See, people are already dying. Shaw special, it's still going to hit like a truck because he's got the extra stats, but maybe I could have saved a turn there basically. If he was a striker and I targeted correctly, but then one more turn here will just end it because of the assist train and the ISO. So that was round 2. We'll see round 3 if I try another Damon Comp versus Daring Warriors Blue Marvel. We'll see if I'm feeling up for it. Depends if I win this round or not, but I kind of want to give that one more shot before I pivot to a different set of attacks. So yeah, tune in tomorrow to see what happens in round 3. Have a good one.